Hi, welcome to the first episode of Dare to Live Seated Together with Terry Dawson. And I wanted to come on today for a bit to talk about the history of Dare to Live, where it came from, and why it exists, and what we're really all about. I remember back in 2008, I had um, been working a particular job. I had a vocation where I've worked full time in ministry since I want to say 1982, maybe. Not to date myself, so don't try and add up the math and try to see how old I am. One day I'll tell you. But but in 2008, I began to think about what this next phase of my life was supposed to look like and what it was supposed to be. And I took the leap to launch a series of workshops and seminars and a program called Free for Life. And I was going around the country doing the Free for Life workshops and seminars. And someone asked me one day, what is Free for Life about? Like, what are you telling people they need to be free from? And I thought about it and I said, am I asking them to be free from something? Or am I trying to get them inspired to be free for something? And what I was trying to do was get people to a place where they could be free enough to live their life to the fullest. Thus, I changed the name. Dare to Live. Take the risk. Take the leap. Make the jump to live your life to the fullest every day. Wake up every day with a vision for who you are and what you're supposed to be in the earth and start pursuing that. But that's a place of discovery, right? And oftentimes we don't take the time or even know where to start to discover who that is. So, welcome to the Discovery Zone. And maybe you have a clue, maybe you have a glimpse, maybe you've seen some things, but you don't know how to get there. Dare to live. Let's do it. So I remember I was thinking about a cousin of mine who had come to see me, and this still goes back to where we've been, right? And how sometimes our past, the good, the bad, the ugly, they come to shape us or to reshape us from the authenticity of who we were created and born to be. And she said to me, she said, while I was there, she said, it really made me sad to see how you've dimmed your light in order to fit in the environment that you're in. And not that the people I was around were doing anything to mistreat me, not that they were requiring anything of me less than who I was. It was just that I had made the decision to adjust. Well, where did that come from? That came from things from the past that said, nobody's really going to want you to be who you really are. They're only going to want you for a dot, dot, dot. So what I did was I would enter into every relationship almost like a chameleon, adjusting myself to the environment. That's nobody's fault. That was on me. It was on me, but I wasn't doing it with an intention. I was doing it because that's how I grew up, adjusting myself to fit whatever environment I was in. So as I'm telling people, hey, dare to live, it became time for me to think about, what about you? I want to invite you into that part of the journey, because one thing I've discovered is that we all have our story and we've all been through something in life. And what we've been through has made us who we are today. But if we can see that the things from yesterday were not necessarily required for where we're going, then we can learn the lessons that were good. We can discard the lies that were not, and we can embrace the truth of who we really are and move forward. That's what I want us to do. That's what I'm looking forward to with us as we embark upon this journey. I tell people all the time that it is possible to live a fulfilled life. I was in class once. I was taking a psychology class, and we were talking about Maslow's theory of his hierarchy of needs. And he goes through this pyramid and he says, at the foundation of your life, at the foundation of your pyramid are your safety needs. And, everybody needs food and shelter and water and clothing. And then he moves up, and now you need a sense of belonging, and then you need friends. And he goes up, and at the top of his pyramid is self-actualization, where he identifies that when you get to self-actualization, you finally come into an awareness of who you were born to be. But that's after all these other pieces come into place. And I thought, interesting, because what was most interesting is as we were studying his theory, one of the things that he said is most people never reach the point where they get to self-actualization, where they actually know who they are. And I thought, how sad is that? Because there's got to be a better way. If we were all born with intention, like in the mind of the Creator, he had something in mind for you, and you were born equipped with everything that you need to accomplish that. But if this theory from this psychologist is correct, he said you could spend your whole life and never figure that out. Oh, no, that would be a wasted life to me. So I started thinking, so what do? We flip the pyramid and we start with the Creator, who knows exactly who you are. And we identify with the Creator. Who am I, and who was I born to be? And what did you put in me in order that I might be able to fulfill all that you want me to do in the earth? We start there, and out of that, the right people are attracted to us. Out of that, our provision comes. Out of that, everything else that we need happens. So when you're a baby and a child, you have to live from the outside in, because your parents have to provide for you. The people that you're connected to, they all give you that. And so, but when you get to a place where you are able to live from the inside out, you start with who you are. And everything else in your life comes to life from that place of reality. I remember a pastor years ago saying a statement that has stuck with me forever. And he said, internal integrity is required before external integration can ever be experienced. What does that mean? That means if I am not clear and authentic and genuine from the inside with who I really am, then who I'm presenting to the world is an image. It's a false image oftentimes of what I want people to think about me or how I want people to see me. Well, I don't want to do that, because I can't maintain that long, because something in me is always going to be longing to get back to the real me, the true me. So how do we get there? We look at where we've come from, and then we see where we are, and then we prepare for what we want to do moving forward. So as I'm looking at my life in the past, I'm identifying, what have I done well? What have I not done well? Learn from that. What did I experience in my life that came to reshape me and to reframe me and to refocus me? And what do I do with that? What lies did I buy into that people told me to make me fit into a mold that was comfortable for them? How about that? How do I get rid of the lies and replace them with the truth? Who am I for real? Not what I do. Who am I? And what was I born to do? And not from an image of getting someone else to like me, getting someone else to see me, getting someone else to know me. Can I tell you a secret? When you stand in the truth of who you are, the people will see you because your light will shine so brightly that there's no way for them to dismiss you. So what's required for you to get to that place? What is necessary for you to get back to the true you? Those are the things that I want us to get into. And one thing I'm clear about is my story is my story. And the things that I had to endure in my life are the things I had to endure. But at the end of the day, we're more alike than we are different. Your story is just your story. But the outcome of our stories often tend to look exactly alike. So I want to invite you into my journey and to let you into the process of what it took for me to be able to say, hey, hold up. That's not true about me. This is what's true about me. That's not who I really am. This is who I really am. And when I began to do that, I began to see what was inherently in me. I began to see that I was destined, that I was designed for more than I was living. I was living at such a substandard, mediocre existence that I made the decision, dare to live life, living it intentionally fulfilled every day. And I want to invite you to do the same. So if you would subscribe to the channel. If you think this will be of benefit to someone else, share it and ask them to subscribe. And let's do this seated together. Let's journey into a place of wholeness where we are no longer limited by somebody else's imprint on our lives, but that we get back to the true authenticity, the genuineness of who we were created to be, and then start living that life to the fullest. So welcome to the journey, and let's run this race until we win the prize. I look forward to seeing you again, and I can't wait till we engage in conversation and begin to grow together as we are embracing our true, authentic selves and beginning not just to embrace ourselves, but to produce what we were supposed to produce and experience the freedom and the joy and the peace and the life that comes from being authentically you. So I welcome you to the channel, and I look forward to this journey together.